Christy Hartman here. I am delighted that you're joining me on my YouTube channel, and I have a new set of stencils that I want to show you through pmartiststudio. The Holiday Strips, Volume 1, Playful Joy set of 5 smalls, and they look like this. And here are the stencils. This is Volume 1, Playful Joy, and these are the large sets, and I think these are about 8.5 inches long. Here are all 5 of these, and then they come where you can get both sets together, the large and the small. These are my second set of stencils, and these are the Holiday Strips Volume 2, Winter Woods and Flora. And this is the set of 10. It's the big set. You can get each set individually as well. This is what the stencils look like. This is the large set. This is the small set. They are both exactly the same, so I'm only going to share with you today the large set, and the sizes are listed when you buy them. This pine tree comes with a frame around it. I cut it out because I wanted it separate. Here is the stencil for the aspen leaves. Here's the aspen trees or birch trees, whichever they are in your part of the world. Here is the mask for the aspen leaves, and then we have the poinsettia strips. We're going to use some of these stencils, in particular the poinsettia strip, to design a new poinsettia design. I'm going to show you how to do this one. And then we can add on to, from the other video that I did with all the poinsettias, I did this blue poinsettia, we're going to add on this feature stripe and this section of red. Here's another one. Here's another one. Poinsettia strip to the side of my plate. We're going to try something. And we're just putting paint right here. Okay, now let's add a little bit of Pyrrole red. I'm using my 2-inch brayer just to try and contain the paint. Alright, this one, is going to look just like this. We're going to let this dry, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Alright, so this is dry. I'm going to cover this up because I don't want what I'm going to do next to get into here. So I'm just going to cover it, and I'm just covering it with a piece of deli paper. And I'm going to take my poinsettias, and I'm just going to add them. The same exact process that I just did. I'm going to pull these off. Pull this off. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. And this is a 9 by 12 inch pmartiststudio Aqueous Effervescence. And I'm going to lay that right down over the top of this. I'm going to use this iridescent gold fine, and I'm going to try and get a very thin layer of this gold over the top of this. Pull that off, we'll let that dry. Now you can see what that's going to look like. That's going to be pretty cool. So I am going to pull this with Golden Open Manganese Blue. That is going to be super, super cool. Alright, we'll wait for this to dry and then we'll pull it. Okay, we're going to add a gold stripe to this one. We're going to use a little washi tape. And remember, whenever you're using painter's tape, washi tape, anything, just kind of put it up against your clothing first to kind of get some of the tackiness off of it. Okay, we're going to add a gold feature stripe. We're going to use this gold paint marker. Let's pull this off. And there we have it. So this is a blue piece that we did in a few videos ago. We're going to add this poinsettia strip onto our finished piece. And we're going to use some red. And this is Pyrrole red. So I'm going to use a dry brush. You could use a stencil brush. I'm going to position my stencil. I'm going to take a piece of washi tape. I've already loaded my brush with some paint, and using a swirling motion, I'm going to go right over the top of my blue area. And because I'm not applying a lot of paint to this, and I'm using just a soft, soft touch, I'm still going to retain some of that translucency. Perfect. Okay, pull this off. There we have the addition of the red. And if you look carefully at it, you can still see the gold that we added in the previous print, and it shows through my red. One last thing that we could do on this one, I outlined the red with a black marker. And you can decide which one you prefer. I kind of like the black marker, but if you prefer it without, either one is just fine.